All right, everybody, welcome back. If you are returning and if you're brand new, welcome to the 4040 Network, where we talk about life after divorce and how to move forward successfully. And a lot of people don't even know what 4040 means. It's an angel number. It means, hey, I don't care what it looks like, even if trials and tribulations come, keep going. More than likely, you're on the right road. And you are here with us. I'm Granny. She is the host, and I am joined by my two handsome co-hosts and a very beautiful guest. And I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, starting with our guest, because ladies first. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and tell everybody who you
Hello,
are.
everybody. I'm Delisa. Nice to meet everybody. Nice to see everybody.
What's up, Delisa?
What's
What's
up, man?
happening? What's going on? So me, I'm Jayhawk, right? Co-host with the most, you know, chocolate teddy bear, and I'm gonna swing it over to the CEO.
Mr. CEO is what my title say. What's happening, world? It's Whoa, man. Dwayne Sutton here, CEO of More Media Group, and apparently part of the 4040 Network. I'm still here. They ain't kick me out, people.
We still here. We still rolling. We are the definition of keep going, no matter what. Keep going. Y'all may hear my family in the background because I love my family and they love us, but they don't give a shit about this podcast right now. Okay. So y'all may hear some noise. Please overlook it. Also, if you like what you hear tonight, please share it, like it, subscribe to
And
all of
comment.
our stuff, all of that, and comment because tonight we got one for you. Tonight we got one
Mhm,
for you. The title of this is If Your Girl Only Knew. Y'all remember that jam by Aaliyah? If your
mhm,
girl
mhm,
only
Y'all been seeing the
knew.
promos.
Hey,
mhm.
I gotta remember the words to that.
Not the home.
That
Not the
I
you
had to
home.
hum. I
would
had to hum it. I had to hum
travel
it.
to get with
Get with
me. What
me.
would she do?
That's it. Hey, if your girl could only see that you be calling me, trying to get with me. I'm
That
probably making up the
booty,
words.
trying
I'm
to
probably
get
making that
that
shit up.
booty.
But anyway, that's what we're talking about. But before we get into that, I don't know if you have
Mm.
heard because see,
Oh,
we gotta give
Ross
people
is
time to
in
get
the
up in here.
house.
Ross is in the
Ross
house
is in
tonight.
the house.
What's up, Ross the boss?
The biggest boss,
We've
Ross.
been missing you, sir. We've been missing you, sir. What's up? What's
MIA.
up? What do you
I
say?
heard your yams miss me.
I
Yeah.
missed you. I did. I'm so glad that you're back. I've been asking about Ross for two shows straight. Have I not been asking about Ross?
And
Mm-hmm.
asking about
Ross.
Ross.
I'm telling you, I'm like, where my boy at? Where my boy at? If I'm
Send the
looking for
link out,
anybody
Ross.
to
We finna
show
cut
up,
up tonight, man. We finna cut up.
right. No,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
look,
some
look.
dirty laundry getting aired out. So
Yeah,
send a
it's
link
gonna be
out.
Ooh.
some dirty laundry. So send it out. This is where I
Mm.
want to start before we get into the Lisa story. Because trust me, once we hit that nerve, you gonna y'all gonna see. But I want to give people time to get into the podcast because sometimes it takes people a minute to get in on the YouTube side and on the Facebook side. So whichever side you're joining on, we instituted Facebook back on here, especially while I'm building YouTube. So please check them both out. But have you all ever heard of the DL Whisperer?
Nah.
Never heard of the DL
Never heard of the
Never have I
D.
heard of him.
Is it a
Let me
movie?
tell you, it is
A
not a movie.
series. A
Sound
series.
It's
like a Tyler
no.
Perry production.
It
It does
does
sound
sound like
like
a
a Tyler
Tyler
Perry
Perry.
production,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't it? Well,
Mm-hmm.
this guy had.
I, I saw it, Delisa. I saw it.
Well, let me tell y'all, this DL Whisperer, he had TikTok, well, one corner of TikTok and YouTube in a chokehold in the month of May because he called himself exposing the Download Brothers and what
May
signs to
2025?
look for if your man is down low. Now, there have been some mixed commentary because he threw the trans women in the mix, and the trans community was not happy with what dude had to say. What they say?
Tyler Perry pissed him.
Tyler
Oh,
Perry.
Straw pissed him off.
Straw.
We're gonna talk
I
about
ain't
that.
watched Straw, my boy. I can't.
We'll touch on that nerve in just a minute. So hold that thought, Ross. So this guy, the DL Whisperer, was saying that a lot of these DL men be sleeping with the trans women on the side. He tried to make like trans women were the reason that men were DL. This is all false information. No one
Oh,
really knows what he kept saying, that the
trans
DL men
women were the reason.
were the reason. Like that was on one of his videos. He was saying they're the reason that straight men are going after those kind of women. That's not true. He was also
So
saying
straight
crazy
men are
shit like,
just
if
tripping.
they don't like sports, they're gay, or if they don't, let me tell you something. If a man is on the down low, that's a secret that he's willing to go out with his life. First of all, secondly, I know several men, they don't know I know this, but I know this, that they are the straightest acting, most alpha, mega alpha males you could ever meet in your life. They love sports. They don't hang out with gay people. They don't want that shit around them in their public lives. But privately,
They like to be
hey,
with the
they
boys.
be they like to be with the boys, right? But you would never know it because these men don't present feminine at all. They do not present feminine at all. Years ago, J.L. King wrote a book. It was called The Down Low Brother. Any of y'all read that book?
I
A
need to read
I
journey
that
heard
on the
book.
about
down.
it.
Oh yeah, on the down low. It's like a journey of a straight man who sleeps with other straight men or something like that.
That ain't
Um,
straight.
well, listen. Hey, I read the book, and in the book,
He
he was
identifies as
married.
straight.
He identifies as straight.
That's
He
what that
identifies
is.
as a cisgender male who prefers women. It doesn't mean that's the only thing he sleep with. It means
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what he
Ross. You didn't know
prefers.
it. You
And
walked right into it.
yeah,
And you
look,
walk
look,
right
and,
into it.
and we identify as trans wealthy. So
Yes, we do. We do identify as trans
Oh, you didn't
wealthy.
know that?
We
Lisa
on the
looking all
journey.
shocked. No,
Oh,
that definitely. I know for sure. Cheryl said she identifies
it's
trans.
trans wealthy.
But
Let me explain what that means. That means
Okay.
I am earned the journey to acquire wealth. So once I get there and I fully transition to a millionaire, I will no longer be trans wealthy, but wealthy. So right now I'm on the
Okay.
journey. I'm on my way. I'm making changes in my financial life to ensure that I
what up,
am
Ro? What up,
Got
indeed
it.
Ro?
wealthy. So yes, I'm trans wealthy. So y'all can be
I got it.
trans whatever you want.
Delisa, you was wondering were you on the right podcast?
I was like,
Hey, Ross not like straight men guard their booty hole with they light. You would never
Straight
lie,
men
my boy.
do guard their booty hole with their life, but this is what some straight men
Mhm.
listen. Now I'm going to explain the book, so just hold your let me get it out because I'll get off on Left Street and we'll be talking about Tyler Perry and Straw in a minute. If hold on.
Yeah,
So the
hold on.
book in the book he was saying he identifies as a straight male who prefers women, but he also sleeps with men. Here's his story.
Hmm.
He was married with children. He had a good job. Him and his wife were happily married, blase, blase. And he had a neighbor, a male neighbor in the neighborhood who was, for all intents and purposes, a bachelor. He was a bachelor, a thriving heterosexual bachelor. Well, anyway, he started, the guy invited him down to hang out. They started hanging out, and
Turn them out. I'll be damned.
turned him out, basically turned him out. Long
I'll be
story short, he
damned.
got turned out. So they
A
had
booty
been messing
warrior.
around for years, y'all. They had been messing around for quite a while. So you know what happens when you get comfortable in those type of situations. He became lax, right?
Sloppy.
So he became sloppy. So one day, this is how he
Toppy.
got caught. One day was he was off work. I don't know why he was off work. I don't remember the details. But his car was parked in that guy's driveway, in that neighbor's driveway in the middle of the day. In some
Literally.
type of way, he wasn't anticipating a wife getting off early, but she did, saw his car at the neighbor's house and was like, oh, something must be wrong. Clearly, because he not at work, he over there. So she goes over. It's innocent enough. Well, anyway, they also did not lock the door because they didn't think anybody would be home in the middle of the
Oh
day. Well,
Jesus.
she
This
happened
gets
to
even
go in the
better.
house yelling for her husband. And apparently they had the music so loud that they did not hear her when she yelled for him. Because she told him, I yelled for you. and she thought something was wrong because the music was playing loud, the door was unlocked. So naturally, what would you do? You're going to go upstairs, you're going to look in the rooms to find out what's going on. This woman go upstairs and guess what she discovers?
See her man getting tore
I
up.
know what
Her
came out of her
husband,
mouth.
This is a sick Negro.
Right, right. Let me tell you, sis, what she wasn't prepared for what she saw, and of course, I guess she yelled out and said something, but she let him know that she saw him and this guy. He did not say, at least I don't remember who was top and who was bottom in that situation. I honestly don't remember. But at this point, the shock of her finding her man with another man is, that's the
that's
tipping point.
enough. That's
So
enough.
she leaves out the house, and of course, immediately she calls her brothers, her mom, her sisters. Like, she let everybody know her husband is gay.
Is a I can't say it.
Yeah,
I can't say it on
he
the
likes
phone,
And
men.
let me
You tell me.
clarify real quick for we, because I don't want nobody to take offense to anything. But this is not an attack on anybody who's gay, anybody who's trans.
Right.
We are strictly talking about the people who are scared to really or really identify as what
Live
they
in
truly
their
are.
truth.
Right.
Own
You,
it.
Live in
you
their truth.
secret, I'm
Own
gonna
it.
call you Secret Service members.
Yeah, those like so. No, this is not an attack on the gay community. The gay community has nothing to do with
No,
this
be who you
at
are. That's
all.
all we're saying. Be who you are.
Right.
Walk
And
in your
just
truth.
also think
Double
about
low,
this.
down low Negro, right?
The
Matter of
guy
fact,
that
you gave a scenario. Let me just put one out for you real quick.
Sorry, Delisa.
So
okay.
in case anybody want to know what it looked like,
You can't even see me right now.
I see you.
No, 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 no. You're concerned about everything else. But what I'm telling you, you see, everybody
look,
with me, y'all, you're not even concerned.
What are you talking
Just
about?
get it. Just get it.
Are you in the car, babe? Can you talk?
No.
y'all see that look on that face, on that woman's face?
Man,
Y'all see the look on that woman's face?
that's my girl right there too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
My chest just
Now think about this. These two guys at the time were both heterosexual. The world knew them as heterosexual men. Neither one of them was a gay man. Neither one of them identified as that. I need y'all to understand that because people are under the impression that most men who are like that only like feminine acting men, and that is not the case. Okay, that is not the case. Well, he became an activist. J.L. King became an activist for HIV and all that. And his book it was met with mixed reviews. It really was. People were saying he was a lie and he was promoting this. This is a CIA operative. Like it's another attack on the black community. So it was all of that. So I don't know. Facebook is having some streaming issues, so if y'all want to pop over and watch this on YouTube, fine. I think Wayne is also streaming this on his Facebook and his YouTube, so it's plenty of opportunities for you all to still see
Yeah,
this.
everybody tuning in
But
on Facebook, please go over to the I Am Woke Media Group on
right.
YouTube and subscribe. Because I'm not gonna keep doing this on Facebook much longer. Facebook don't like me. Facebook don't like us. I'm trying to get away
No.
from Facebook with these shows. So
Yeah, it already
go
hit me
to
with
the
the
I Am Woke
arrow.
Media Group. See that logo? Yeah, find that logo, subscribe ASAP.
Okay.
Now back to where we were.
Oh, I thought you was about to play it for me.
I'm so tired of him.
I mean, I can't.
I'm gonna tell you right now on camera. If there's anybody out there that can help me on some booty, contact me, please. Can you do that for me?
Because
Yeah.
he
Sis
definitely
is so proud of
identifies.
me.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
we
That's the
can't
well,
booty
be mad
baby.
at him.
it's a booty. Well, he's out of prison now, so
Right.
his supply is short.
We can't even be
He,
mad at him.
No,
you know,
But
because
he,
he living in his
He out in
truth.
the open with the shit now. That's
Yeah,
what we keep
Yeah,
telling
he
people.
walking
Come
in his
on out.
truth, so I ain't
but
even mad at him.
is he married to a woman now?
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
clue.
He
I
was
don't
on
follow
a
that
dating
man.
show
I
at one
believe
point.
he's married to a woman now, and he was like he gave up.
He gave up
But
booty for whatever woman
You'll
he
never
had.
give up booty, sir. I wouldn't dare date you.
Right. Thank you. Say it
so
again. That
so
man ain't telling the
so
truth. I don't know his
so
Mm.
life. I
so
don't know his
check this
life.
out. It's a good question. I'm gonna ask the ladies here. So, a man, if you're dating a man and you happen to stumble upon the fact that he is partaking of the male population in sexual ways, is there any rehabilitation for that? Is
No.
there any? Is
No, that's
Can he come back
deception.
from it?
can he come
No,
back?
it's
Because
deception.
because
Absolutely not.
Tank says you can
Deception.
Man, we not
Tank,
listening to Tank.
Tank is bisexual at the very
Only
least.
thing I listen to
Okay.
Tank on is
Exactly.
personal
Very much
advice.
so.
I'm not listening to Tank.
I can't. No, it's no rehabilitation from that because
Right.
I can't give you what he can give you. I can't compete
Right.
with that.
So let me
I'm not gonna
just
Yeah,
try.
say
and
this.
first of all, it's deception. It was built on deception. So if you find out during the midst of the relationship or whatever it is, you find out this man is, as we should say back in the 80s and 90s, a switch hitter, then no, because of the deception alone, I can't trust you. No, we're not rolling back on that. And obviously, you really have a proclivity for that type of thing over what I naturally have to offer. So no, I don't think it's no coming back, especially with the deception part of it. That's the part. That's
You
that
don't want
part.
my hot pocket.
Right. You don't want it. You clearly don't want it.
Let you
But you
keep it
have the
going.
guys who
Hot
are
pocket.
and girls who are bisexual. They are in the middle and they do get attracted by both. They are attracted by both. But I need for a man to be upfront and leading in
It
with
is.
that information. Now, it was an episode of Insecure where one of the friends was dating a guy and he admitted to having a sexual encounter with another guy when he was in college. And they was like, "Oh my God, you can't date him." And she said, "But he's bisexual." Like, he admitted to being what he was. I'm cool with that. And they was like, "Yeah, but what if he cheat on you in the middle of, like you being with him and now he wants to be with a guy?" And she was like, "Well, he was
Bryce
honest enough
said
to tell me
for life.
once
Bryce
you
said
yeah, you
once you
rainbow for life."
once you got jumped in, you hit.
That's
And then
it.
I believe that. I think, and it was a study because when I
It's a
read
double
this
standard.
book,
I'm gonna be real. It's a double
Because I was
standard.
It's
asking about
definitely a
women.
double
It
standard.
has,
So
but this is the
so if a
part where I
woman,
say
Definitely.
I know people
Definitely.
don't like double standards, but I do believe when it comes to homosexuality, there is definitely a double
I don't
standard.
believe that.
I do because you just proved my point earlier, actually, with what you just
Well,
said.
what I said.
So for a woman to be with a woman, you never lose your femininity. You never lose
I
your
don't want to be
woman.
with a woman. So that's not every woman.
I'm just saying, listen,
I hate
for
when
a
men do this
woman,
fucking
I'm not
shit.
saying
I
you,
hate when men do this shit. But go ahead. Go
for
ahead.
a woman to be a woman, you never lose your womanhood. Nobody ever looks at you outside of being a woman. Nobody does.
No, they don't.
I'm
When a
pretty sure
man
God
gets with
will if we're
another
gonna go
man,
there.
I'm saying physics. He's
No,
not gonna be the double
no, I
standard.
don't. It's that's fucked
You're not
up. But
hearing me. So
okay.
anyway, the what I'm saying is once a man gets with another man, it's hard to look back at him like somebody has to be the woman.
It
In
doesn't
that
make him a
instance,
woman just because he like
somebody
another
has
man.
to be penetrated. Somebody has to be the one.
Okay,
And I
this is
know women, once they find that out, not every woman is like this, but there are some women, once they find that out, there ain't no coming back from that.
and do you know it's some men that are only tops? Do you know that? They don't get
I do
penetrated,
get
they
that.
only penetrate. And you would say they were just they're gay. And they consider themselves top and they consider themselves a masculine man.
What?
Yes.
You take dick in the butt. Let's just go
I
ahead and
ain't
keep
No,
had
it.
no
no, I
children in a
say
long
it. It's
time.
some gay men
they
who are
give it.
tops only. They don't take dick. They
They
give
give
dick.
it.
You understand? They
My
don't
bad.
take it. They give it. So
You
in
still
that
only
case,
sleep with men though, right?
they could do both ways. It's some bisexuals who are tops who do men and women. That's
That's
why it's
true.
called a spectrum. So you
You got
cannot
tops, you
put
got
all
bottoms, you got
men,
I mean,
verse.
I
versatile. You
So
listen, I
can't
so
get
put all
versus
versus,
what?
men in the
Vice versa.
same
but
group
I'm
that
telling
are
you,
like
there are
this.
women, even if you're not a
They just
bottom,
go with
even
the
if you're
flow.
not a bottom, what I'm saying, there are still women. Once they find out you have slept with a man, they can't see you.
They can't unsee it. I get that
Right.
part.
That's all I'm saying.
The
So
man
that's why I'm saying it is
leader
a double
anymore.
standard there, and there's
I'm
really
definitely
nothing
one of
you can
those
do
women.
about it.
Well, it's
Because
Because
in my
stupid.
nobody.
And I
mind,
feel like that goes back to a whole lot of other shit that we don't talk about that stems from a whole lot of history that we're not going to get into today. But women are also on the down low in churches and all other places. They are fucking on the down low too. And they are
Oh
married
man,
with children
it's getting
and
sick
they
out
are
here.
sleeping with women and they are secretive about it too. Because
Mhm.
they don't want to be outed either.
That
Because they're wearing a particular mask. They're wearing a particular persona.
man, put your badges on.
And
That's
that's
all I
that's
say.
men and women. I'm gonna say this. The
There you
men who are
go,
like
Delisa.
this,
Do it again.
the giver
That's
and
it.
receiver. What they say?
No, he said
No
the
The
giver
giver
fucks
and
and
receiver
left to
got.
no.
give.
Lisa was showing that she ain't got none left.
No fucks left to give.
Oh
No,
no, but I'm just saying, here's the thing. People wear a particular persona. So we keep saying they just need to come out the closet. We all wear masks.
I
And
gotta get
they
mine.
chose to wear
Gotta
the
get
mask
yours.
of heterosexuality, and they're married with children. And they already know if they come out the closet, that's a whole different ball game and ostracizing that they have to deal with
because
if
we live
they
in a very
decided to
judgmental
do that.
world.
We're in a very judgmental
Yeah.
world, and we can't get around that either. Like men say, "Oh, it's a double standard." I feel like men and women can be gay, yeah, until it's your daughter or your granddaughter, and they're in this situation. Now we got a problem with it. As long as it's somebody else's problem, we don't see a problem with it. What he say? I can't read that
He said
far.
also a nice percentage of men who think two women being together isn't bad. Most men and women agree that two men together is nasty. Is this a double standard? I'm for a man and a woman being married and then the Indian consummate. It is a double standard. I mean, like it ain't no way around it.
Ain't no way around it.
Like I said,
My
but we live in
girl
a
got a
judgmental world
girlfriend.
though. People, like I said, my thing ain't even really
Right.
just about. I don't need to know everything about what you're doing, who you with, this, and that. What I'm saying is, if it's a part of your everyday life, then make it a part of your everyday life
And own it.
Right,
And don't
right.
and don't put the other person's life, liberty,
and stop
health in
jeopardizing your
jeopardy.
partner or partners or whatever it is that
Exactly.
you're doing because you're trying to bury your secrets. Like just be who you are, because that's the stuff that's putting people's lives in danger. And I ain't necessarily even talking about with diseases, because again, like I said, if you saw that woman's face when she heard that voice on that phone, that's the look of somebody who's ready to kill.
Absolutely.
Now-
So let's get into, and we're gonna circle back to this, but I really want to touch on. I know we live in a judgmental world. I'm not saying that, but the double standard is what gets me. Men was like, oh, I can watch two women do it all day. Well, fuck you. I can watch two men fuck all day too, and I'm all right
And
with
if
it.
that's your preference, that's your
Right.
preference.
I could do the same thing.
I'm not knocking that.
But why you
Nobody's
say the
knocking
double
it.
standard? I feel like, and I might,
But there
I
are
don't know.
some
I don't
women
care
who
what you
I'm
do.
gonna need some
that
more
is
wine.
absolutely-
This is good. We didn't even got
I
started.
need some of that. I need to go get me a glass.
Yeah, go get you.
Give me a
do we need
bottle
something?
and a motherfucking cup. So
Ross
me
say if you give up the hoes, you gay.
You're gay.
That's
Okay.
it.
If you
Oh,
give it up
shit.
one time, that's it.
My boy done
Okay.
turned the bottle upside down.
Give
Jesus.
that look. Give it up. What's the other one? If you
I
give him
opened this
sloppy
bottle
toppy and
tonight.
you a male, obviously, if you give him sloppy toppy and you a male, you part of the LGBTQ, whether you want to admit it or not. Right?
That's it. That's it. Just own it. Wear your badge. Put your rainbow on.
But that
So
ain't how
old
it works.
school
People
Snoop that
wear
was
their
talking about
personas and wear them well. Go ahead, Jonathan.
so old school Snoop that was talking about, having those rival rappers such as Johnson.
Oh, it's a lot
Not the
of
most
those.
masculine thing in the world.
There's a lot of that going on.
Did you
Gangster
say
rap.
who? Who did
Go
you say?
listen to that gangster rap. They talk about a
Snoop.
lot of gay things.
When
in
Snoop
that.
was young,
Snoop who?
capital S,
I ain't
capital
look,
S
Snoop
was
Dogg.
oh, yes, so French
you
and
singling
double OP.
Snoop out, but that was
It's
how
not.
people
He's not
talked
the
in the
only one.
90s.
Yeah, he the
No.
only one, but it was when he first
wasn't.
came
It
out
used to be
South.
one man telling another man, suck my, and
And
it was
that
meant to
was
say in an insulting kind of way.
it was
When you think
lingo
about
back
it, though,
in the
why are
day.
you telling another man that?
Right. Right.
I
It
mean,
was
as you
lame
get
in
up,
the 90s. It really was.
maturing is realizing telling another man to suck your dick, that ain't insulting. That's gay.
That's a lot. That was a lot. I wish we had that video of that guy who was playing a German accent, and he said he's not from America, and he heard two homeless men arguing, and they were having it out, and one said to the other one, "Suck my," and he said, "Oh my goodness, they were just arguing. I don't understand why you would want your enemy to put his mouth on your most precious part." I wish I could find that. It's so hilarious. I'll send it to y'all after. But anyway, let's get into Delisa's story, because
Yeah,
baby,
we
this
need
is
to
what
explain.
started this conversation. Wayne
So
dropped this screenshot
let,
in
let
our group.
yeah. So I had to hit up. So we love interesting topics and everything like that.
Mhm.
Lisa always gonna if you don't follow Lisa, you should be following Lisa on all platforms because
Right.
her shirt is exactly her lifestyle. She really has none left to give for real.
Yeah, put that up on the screen when you get a
Yeah,
minute. Put
let's
her
show them that
tag
shirt
up.
again. And look,
Yeah.
this hey, We all adult friendly in here, but no folks left. All right, cool. So Lisa drops on her page some messages. And I was like, oh, Lord, they finna get things rolling. What's going on over here? So I start to read these messages, and I said, I need to send this to Cheryl and Jayhawk because this is interesting, and it just might very well be something that need to be discussed. So, Lisa, I'm going to put some up here, and you just kind of break it down.
Right.
Yes. So, to explain this, the guy texted me. It was a number I had never seen. And he was like, I'm so-and-so, and I met you, and you gave me your number, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, cool. And he was like, but I'm married. I'm like, okay, well, as you can see what I said, I'm sorry, but I don't do married men. And you see what he said? I just want to fuck you one time. I got you. I was honest to you. And I'm like, thank you, but I'm trans, though. And he goes into the whole spiel about I'll pay you. What?
So, wait, right there.
Right.
Stop it
Where
right
you
there.
said I'm trans.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hit you with, oh, damn, wait.
Right.
It
It's
was
instantly, I'll
instantly.
pay you.
Dang.
I'll pay you. I'll pay you.
I'll
Wow.
pay you.
Right
I'll
out the
pay you.
gate. There was not even a pause, look like.
Once
Oh,
again,
You didn't even
we
reply at
sitting here
first.
with it. We sitting
Right.
here with it. But
Well, okay.
That shit is wild.
so continue now from here.
Yeah, go ahead.
so after that, he's still going on and on and on. And when I tell you the man just kept going, and I'm like, what do you want? What is wrong with you? Like, what is it? So as you can see, he says, what you doing? And I'm like, how may I help you? See, somebody responded to me like that. I was like, when me saying, how may I help you? He'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, she
Yeah, she
kind of
ain't
getting
sitting
sick.
there.
She
Yeah.
got
Oh,
good
no.
customer service.
You see him, you want to meet up. And I said, to do what? Drink and smoke. I don't. I want to fuck you. You still going now. This is, mind you, this
Right.
is after I told you I'm trans.
Right.
You still talking about you want to fuck me.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
like, and I told you I'm trans. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. You see?
Yeah. Wow.
$1,000 cash. I don't care. And I said, so you're okay.
So he thinks you're prostituted
And
at
I
this
said,
point.
so you're
you know.
okay with fucking me in my ass?
Mhm.
This is what I say to him. And he says, yes. And I said, so you're bi. And he says, we have to use a condom.
Mm.
So you're okay with me having a dick because I have all the female aesthetics just with the dick? He says, yes. This is a whole
Just like
married
that.
man.
Y'all see this?
A whole
Wow.
married man
Hey,
Lord.
that's
one more
supposed to be here
time,
in Atlanta
just in
visiting.
case y'all don't understand what she's dealing with.
This is a sick Negro.
He thought he could come to Hot Atlanta and get
He
Right.
lives
get
in
his
Texas.
fix.
He lives in
Oh,
Texas.
what
So
part,
he willing to fly out. He willing to
what part of
fly
Texas
out.
is he in?
Dallas.
Hey,
Well, look,
hey, Jayhawk.
I
That's what
That's
Jayhawk
not
is.
sick.
Jayhawk is in the
Jayhawk.
Dallas area.
Sorry, Jayhawk.
Hey.
I just had a friend girl post on Facebook the other day. She in Houston. She like, hey, am I the only? I feel like I'm the only straight person out here.
And he, and
Yeah,
mind
I
you,
see.
y'all, he is still, the man was still going. That was Friday, Saturday,
Ooh,
Sunday.
shoot.
The man was like, I'm leaving Sunday at 6:00 p.m. And I said, okay, go ahead.
Right.
And he was
'Cause
like,
it's
I
a
want to
look.
see you before we leave. I got your money. What is you talking about my money? I ain't said nothing about no money. You brought up money.
Right.
You still
And I
going
would
about it?
just man, that's just so it's so fucked up on so many levels. First
And
of
just
all,
text me today and said, I'll be back in a month. Why? I don't care.
now
He
wouldn't he
wants you.
feel a way if you sent that over to his
No,
lovely wife?
Ross. She does not have. She said that hoping they would run him off.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's a female. Let's make that
He
very
failed
clear.
I'm a
that
whole
test.
girl, but I'm trying to run the man off. I'm like, go on, because I don't fool with married men.
Oh, Ross,
This
in
man,
case you let's do this for Ross, y'all.
Right.
okay.
In case you don't know, or you need to figure out what this is the type of situation you probably thinking of.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yo.
What?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
What
This
was
ain't
it?
that. This is clearly a woman up here.
Yeah. She's clearly a woman. She has all the women up top and down bottom. We can't show you because we'll get put off of Facebook and YouTube.
OnlyFans to get cracking soon.
Yeah, that's it.
OnlyFans. OnlyFans
Where
coming,
them
y'all.
fans
Just hold on.
at?
So let's do this right quick. Let's do this right quick because I need to try to figure out what's going on with my live stream. So I'm gonna pass the mic to Wayne to do his thing, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right.
Everybody who tuned in, please stay with me.
Right.
This is going to be a special dedication that I would like to do for my god brother. City of Hattiesburg, we lost a legend. It twice over because it's from the same bloodline. But Jeremy Waters, this for you, man. My name is Dwayne Sutton, CEO of IMO Media Group and part of the 4040 Network. Allow me to take a moment to honor the life of Jeremy Waters. Jeremy was a pillar in the community of Hattiesburg, Mississippi to be exact, where he was also a son of this city. Everybody who knew him, loved him, adored him, and was extremely proud of him. A musical talent, truly gifted from the time he could walk. We want to send our condolences, our prayers, and thoughts to the families and friends who loved Jeremy, truly loved him. And what we want to do here is we want to offer Jeremy one last moment, one spotlight on stage to do what he loves the most.
You better play.
All right. So we are back. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, man. Rest on, brother.
Listen,
Yes,
when I tell you they don't make him too much like him no more, his father. So like I know his whole family my entire life. I could go in the whole, his mother's mom, Miss McDonald, she kept me when I was a baby. Up until 2, 3, 4 years old, somewhere up in there. But anyway, his father used to be my baseball coach and was more like a big brother to me. I don't have an older sibling. I am those. But G, and I call him G simply because that's what his father called him. Lost his father when he was 36 years old. G started walking because of drums. Like to get him to really move his feet, it was the drumsticks. I would hold him up at church. And when I tell you that kid fell in love with drums from the first time he saw them, he never turned back, as you can see. He loved baseball, but he did that more so to appease his father. But the drums was his love, his passion. So much so, his father would teach all the kids baseball. He was a coach. He would travel. He would do whatever he needed to do to help the kids. G did the same thing with the drums. He became an assistant director over there with the band at the high school at Hattiesburg High. And man, when I tell you he was investing himself with those kids, making sure that they was learning what they needed to learn, teaching them all the trades and tricks. But main thing is he wanted to see if their passion matched his. And man, Hattiesburg just lost another Waters, another legend. He was 33 years old.
Oh wow.
But you don't find them like that. When I tell you, take care of your community, give back to your people, pour into your people, it was Jeremy Waters. And Jeremy Waters learned that from his father, Otis Waters. But shout out to Benita, his mom, his brother Joshua, Josh Waters, the singer. Yes, that's his big brother. Well, that's Josh's big brother, and his nephew Josiah, and plenty other family friends. That was the son of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and we lost the legend, a real one today. So, for fourth, so shout out to the Waters family, sending out all the love and prayers.
All right, and for our condolences as well. So yeah, we got to kick back into it. Y'all ready?
Ready?
We
And
ready?
pick back up, man.
All right. So to add what Delisa was saying about the guy, he's gonna keep trying you unless you block him, because he now that he thinks that you are trans. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about if you're a girl only knew, and some of these guys, the secret epidemic of the down low brother, they are out here sneaking around. And she just had an encounter with one who now thinks that she's trans. So every time he comes to her town now, her city, guess what he gonna be trying to do, girl?
I want some
Right.
ass.
He gonna be trying to
What
come
Matter
fraternity
of
are they
fact,
part
he
of
gonna
again?
really be trying to hell at
Ooh, I
like
have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you?
Ooh,
I
not
said I wasn't gonna
swallowed
do that no
up.
more. I said I wasn't gonna do that no more.
And look at you did it. Well, look, I want to share some things, y'all, with y'all too. Listen,
Delisa, you all right over there? You all right?
and Wayne, you're gonna see me, but don't put. I'm gonna be on here twice, but don't put this one
I
up.
got you.
Don't put this one up. So, y'all, I had a friend guy, and my eyes was wide open maybe back in 2013 when I found out that a certain deacon in a certain town was actually having a full-on situationship with this guy who is indeed part of the LGBTQ community. And he would do lunches with the church family as well as with this deacon, and his family dinners would be around all the time. And the wife did not have a clue about what was going on with her spouse that she had been married to for some years. And I know another situation, and I figured out what happened with Facebook. Somebody probably reported it real fast. It's like, oh shit, she finna expose some people. I'm not saying anybody's name. This is not that type of show. I'm not gonna be out and you if you get discovered.
They will defend viciously
Right,
their secret.
absolutely.
They will go
Absolutely.
down
So
with the ship.
I got a feeling somebody just reported my live on Facebook.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But listen, we will
Let me
protect
go
Now
put
we
you.
the
should name names now since they want to be ugly.
look.
We
We
won't
go
be
ahead and
ugly.
put the warning up again.
Name the names.
Right. Yeah, it's for grown-ups. And look, nobody's name, because I don't want to get sued. So of course, we're not going to be mentioning anyone's names. I'm not
How
even
about their
mentioning the
likeness?
town.
Give their likeness.
I'm not even going to give a likeness, because the people who do watch from Washington Parish or St. Tammany Parish areas, and I'm just going to say Washington Parish and St. Tammany Parish areas, because it could be anywhere in those areas. So yeah, long story
Deep
short,
down south,
I was
out in
very
the sticks.
surprised. I was very surprised to if it glitches a little bit, I'm backstage because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, if we're not exposing anybody on here, just know that there are cases, not just Delissa's, where it's cases where this is happening. And my fear is for the women who are in these relationships with these men. Now, I bet you if Delisa would have told this man, yeah, she would have met him that Negro to showed up with no condom and just try to play that shit off, Because a lot
Hey,
of them are
that's
not
how these.
protecting themselves because, as JL pointed out in the book, to wear a condom is to acknowledge consciously that you are well aware of what you are doing. It's to acknowledge it consciously. And a lot of people want to rationalize, no matter how crazy this shit sound in their mind, they want to rationalize their behavior. So
I
they'll
mean,
be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Right. And
so hold on, hold
yeah,
on.
but
So,
it's
so as a member of the community that has a member, you have to purposefully aim your thing in order to. I don't understand that mind frame. Like, you know, I don't get it.
Remember what you said, Jonathan. Remember, and this has to do a lot with psychology, and we're not going to get too deep into it. But remember,
Mhm.
on one episode several months ago, we were talking about the slave, the PTSD from slavery.
Yep.
Okay, and remember how
Post
we were
traumatic
talking
slave syndrome.
traumatic, yeah, post-traumatic slave syndrome. And remember, we talked about how a lot of the very masculine men were emasculated for hundreds of years.
Hey,
Mm,
cousin.
And think about,
okay.
hey,
Mhm.
cuz, so just think about that, and how some of this trauma stays with us generation after generation after generation, because I've
That's
heard of
why,
people say that their grandfathers, they found things after death that indicated that their grandfather was indeed in, a relationship with a man, but they didn't discover it until after he died.
you're right about that. And that's the reason why, even in Jamaica now, because they had some of the roughest plantations they would where they would do some of the most
Hmm.
abominable things to black African men,
Hmm.
whereas they are very anti anything dealing with LGBTQ there, because it was so forced upon them
Right.
during the slave trade. So yeah. So
It's
hey,
hard to understand, right? But think about it from a psychological standpoint. We have our conscious mind, and then we have our unconscious mind, the things that are really buried down in that subconscious layer.
so
Things
we
we're
lying to
not
ourselves.
really, we lie to ourselves. Our conscious mind tells us how we're supposed to be. Think about if these men who are now men who identify as heterosexual, but they do homosexual things as a child, and we develop the main part of who we are by the age of 7. But think about those little boys, if they cried when they were little, but they weren't able to express that. Shut
Mhm,
up, or I'm gonna give you something to cry about. If they
mhm,
fell down and hurt themselves, my 6-year-old grandson right now, he knows not to cry. His daddy will probably whoop him if he fell down and hurt himself. They want him to get right back up like he doesn't have pain. That's a lot of suppression for
mhm,
black men. I don't care. This goes way beyond black community, honestly, this particular issue. But
It does, but it
it's
also
so much suppression in that they will find other ways, even if it's ways that are we feel like it's unbecoming, it's not um it's not something that the community would be proud of. People would do it. You have people who do all kinds of stuff to deal with whatever it is they're dealing with on that level, because they have so much stuff that's been suppressed. So
so we
they
wear the
probably
mask
need, we wear the mask all the freaking time.
that
We wear
grins
different
and
masks.
so
lies,
wait.
That
that
grins and
shades
lies.
our
Yes.
Let
hides
me
our
be clear on
eyes.
something because I know what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
I get it, and I understand at this point that if things happen in your childhood, those are seeds that are planted mentally. And if you don't know that what happened to you was truly wrong, all you do as you get older is you water those seeds. And now
Not
this becomes a
necessarily.
part of you, and you're assuming that what you're
No, no,
feeling
no,
is
not
natural. No, that
psychologically.
shit
No,
was
no,
embedded
not
in you.
not
However,
from a psychological standpoint. But I get
there's a
what you're
difference
saying.
between secrecy and privacy. You boys out here living in secret. That man got a whole wife, Lisa. That man got a whole. You ain't got no business being married to no woman unless she know you like that.
I'm not making an excuse for him, but I'm telling you, after going through hypnotherapy school and still taking classes, subconsciously it's there. It's the same
Oh
way
no, that's what I'm saying. It's a difference between
with
privacy and secrecy.
yeah, smoking or something. Like, let's take another example. I know some people who are that secretly snort cocaine. More people do cocaine than y'all realize. That's something else that people do in private because they're ashamed. It's the shame
That's an
that's
expensive
attached
habit.
to it. That's a
That's an
very expensive
expensive
habit.
habit.
But people are
It's a
it's
hell
the
of an
shame that's
expensive
attached to it.
habit.
These men have so much shame, and some women too. We ain't talking about the asses tonight. It's some men who do this that have so much shame attached to the action that they will not ever come forward and say. I had a gay friend even tell me, I said, why do you sleep with men who you know will, if you expose them, they will literally kill you for saying anything? Why do you do that? Because he said, honestly, those are the ones who really give us the love in secret, even though we know it's a lie that they're going to go back to their girlfriends and their wives. Yeah. But why would you do that if you know you're disrupting her health? If you know you're doing this thing that could ruin her health? I've had some things
Yeah.
happen in my past that clearly indicated, because at the time I was
What
married,
is
and
what
at the
is Ross
time
talking
I
about?
was married, and we're gonna get back to Ross in a minute. I don't want to lose my train of thought. And we didn't use condoms, and I have found condoms in my trash a couple times. And I had a conversation with my then spouse about said condoms that I found. And ever since from that day to this, I always get me a HIV test. Just got mine the other day. It's in my chart. It's negative. Praise God and hallelujah. But you
You had
never
condoms in
know
your trash
what.
can and y'all don't use condoms?
We don't use condoms though.
You know what that is, Lisa.
See, that's the bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there. Right there. Right there.
You know what that is.
That's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was married. I didn't have a need to use a condom.
Pastor.
And I even said this to
Man, if
him.
I find condoms in my trash can and we don't use condoms,
We
I'm,
don't use condoms. And I
I'm,
think
You
I
I'm,
told
I,
I
stay?
you know
told
I'm losing it.
That nigga is done. D-U-D, boss.
Now I'm not gonna even give y'all all the details that I have given Wayne.
You
I think I
stay?
yeah, I say we were married for 25 years,
She had
so
You
some,
yeah,
strong.
it's
You so
it's it's
strong.
but
a
it
so
was a
let me
lot.
commend
say,
you.
It was a lot
let
of
me
back and
explain
forth.
me. It was a lot of
Ross,
back and forth.
I don't know. I mean, I just saw Ross. I'm
I
sorry, man.
commend you.
I just
I
saw
commend
that, and
you.
I was
Oh no,
okay.
let me finish though. This is the kind of person that I am. I really truly have a forgiving soul. So if you do something, because I'm fucked up, 25 years of marriage, you think I was pristine doing all every year? Hell no. Okay. So I get it. I get it. And so when that happened with my ex-spouse at the time, we sat down and
Mm.
had a conversation, because this is something we need to talk about. We need to talk about this because clearly either you're messing with somebody who wants you to discover what he's saying.
I'm sorry.
Cocaine.
Ross having a whole nother side. The
Okay,
boy
I don't even know what that says.
he first put up, I want to try it. And that's why we were talking about the
Wait,
whole
want to
gay
try
stuff.
what?
And that's what Jay Hawk was like, what? And I
Yeah,
was
because
like,
I saw
what?
you sitting there going,
So now he going, hell no. I was talking about cocaine.
Oh,
Ooh.
cocaine. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a shame factor on the cocaine thing. It's a shame factor with this with the DL. It's a shame factor with cocaine or crack or whatever else somebody maybe have to be doing in private that they feel will get them outed and shamed and ostracized by the community. They're gonna keep it a secret. So anyway, I'm talking about what happened, and this happened years ago. I didn't even have Micaiah when this had happened. I only had my two oldest girls. And I showed my sister. I called my sister in. I showed her to make sure I ain't tripping. We took pictures. And this was before the smartphones. This is how long ago this was. And so we had to sit down and had a conversation about it. I actually kept it, put it in a little bag, because I'm like, sorry, you got to explain this shit. You got this here. This is weird. Like,
This
okay, this is
right here,
weird. This right here is weird. So we
that
had a
bull
conversation, and he
shit.
swore to God that he didn't, he don't know how I got, he knew how I got there. And the excuse he gave me was so far left. That's why I said I think somebody probably uh reported my life over there on the Facebook side. But
Uh, she
here's
gonna
the
be
thing.
telling truths.
Here's the thing, man.
She gonna be exposing
I say,
mother suckers.
no, I say,
Mother
because I'm like,
sucker.
okay, I get it. I get it. Hey, maybe you was going through something. We're gonna move forward. I have a forgiving spirit. But we did. We separated in 2008, and I was moving on with my life. Hey, I had plans. My family was gonna help me out in the town I'm from. And so, which is Brookhaven, by the way, I don't mind shouting out Brookhaven anytime. And he was like, "Oh, let's make it work." Cool. And that was in
My
2008.
cricket letter.
So we got back together. A decade passed. And okay, he's cutting up. But he tried to pull that gaslight thing to say, hey, I'm the one. But I'm just gonna end this like this. My medical records prove that I ain't the one. I wasn't the one out here fucking around, but he'll say a different story. So he asked me for a divorce, and divorce was granted. So yeah, eventually we got a divorce, Delisa. We've been divorced. It will be 5 years on July the 16th this month. 5 years
Commend you
divorce.
for having that, even that perspective, that aspect of, yeah, I done messed up too, even though I done caught him
Mhm.
messing up.
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
mean, it's
going,
like, hey,
because
it's
I done
marriage.
done my dirt. That's some very adult, mature stuff.
Yeah.
yes,
There are not
that's
a
yeah.
lot of people
grown folks shit.
Nah, because you know, some people see what they need to see and then they just lose it. And
Damn it! Oh, fucking damn it!
Been me. Oh, fuck it, damn it. That would have been me. Yep. Yeah, I know I would have lost it. I would have had to go ahead and
I
get
kept
divorced.
it together. I've always been real grounded like that because if my temper come out, if this temper come out,
but that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between
Yeah.
privacy and secrecy.
Mhm.
You doing stuff on the low, trying to hide who you really are and everything like that, and you're not if you have a partner, a wife, or a husband, or whatever they should know who you are. Your privacy is when my partner knows it ain't the world's business though.
Right.
Like who needs to know knows. That way nobody gets hurt.
Right.
That's your privacy. But when you you keeping it even from the people involved who very well could be affected now you're in secrecy. And that's where I'm saying
problem.
we need to have these discussions because there are some men, I hope you are watching, and women too. You're living in secrecy, in fear. Even if it's not a gay situation, you're in a situation, you got married young, but you don't know, you no longer like your spouse, and now you just out here doing whatever. Like
wilding out.
Man. Just living your truth.
Absolutely. I just posted on my page today. And this doesn't even have to do with like this whole deal lifestyle. This is just in general with people who cheat.
Yeah.
If you're cheating on your spouse, that's literally you admitting that you chose the wrong person. If you're constantly cheating on that person that you're with, let's just go ahead and have a real live conversation about it. Even if you just had that conversation with yourself, you chose the wrong fucking person. That ain't who you need to be with because you keep trying to cheat on them. Now I can see
that
this
divide.
is not what do you say?
Don't hide
that divide.
That. Right. And that's what we
Reggie,
talked
I
about
want
on
to
the
know more
last
about
show.
this.
We talked about the whole polyamory relationship. That works for some people. And they have
You honest.
You're honest. And that's the thing I can respect about people who decide to do polyamory. And trust me, it comes in all flavors. It ain't got to be just one way or the other. It's the rules that you guys set in that dynamic. Because a lot of y'all are being deceived thinking that it's just your man until you find out your man got 2 and 3 girlfriends. I am in one of those groups that say, are we dating the same guy? I'm in a few of them now because that shit is so interesting. I can't tell you how many husbands have got busted on that little are we dating the same guy? Because they asses got whole profiles with different names all over all these social dating apps. And that's another good thing. If y'all do want to check, ladies, if you suspect your men, they have an app called Grinder. Put your picture up on Grinder, a male picture. Go on Grinder and see in your area. You can
It's
see
Thomas
in your area.
Cornelius Walker.
Come on, Thomas Cornelius Walker.
I'm talking about, baby. What's up, Woke?
What's up? So think about that. Y'all know about the Grinder app, right? The Republicans shut it down. Crashed.
I heard Grindr came out and said, "Yeah, y'all keep playing with us, and we're gonna expose some of y'all Republican
we're gonna expose some of y'all
figures on here."
Didn't the Grindr app like crash during the Republican convention in that city? Because when they came there, family values, they came there looking for
they crashed the app. Absolutely.
So many of them were on the app.
So listen, ladies, let me tell y'all, if y'all want to know this little trick, Grinder, they have a few of them, but Grinder is the most popular one. And of course, you can set up your Grinder profile, but you got to set up as I think it's for men. And I know this because, like I said, I have a couple friends who are in that community, and it will show you the proximity of men who are on the app that are close to you within a so many mile radius. And he showed me pictures of the ones who was literally swiping right on him in the Washington Parish area there. And I was like, wow. So I have a good poker face. They don't really know. Now after this, if they happen to watch it, they might avoid me.
What the
fuck? They think I might know their secrets, and I know quite a few. So yeah, it's wild. But here's the thing. Go ahead,
we're gonna have to protect you at all costs because they go. There shall be no.
I'm not there. I'm not
sure.
Kidnapping of the granny. No,
What you say?
We gotta show your buddy who put out his PSA.
To you down low men that be having wives and girlfriends think you're gonna hit my line and devalue me like I'm your jump off. I want to make you very aware. As soon as I get that notification from you, screenshots will be taken and said screenshots will be sent to your girl or your wife.
You hear that? And here's the thing that I've been finding
And
out.
I ain't mad at him.
Hey,
I ain't
Because
mad
I
at
thought
him
about
either.
it.
your
I
man
thought
flirting
long
with
and hard
that.
about it. I
If
swear.
your
I
man
was-
flirting with that, we need to pray for that, brother.
Well, listen,
So-
that's how he looks without makeup. Now, when trans
Yeah.
women dress up, what
So-
is cheating?
What is cheating?
Deception.
Yeah, well, what we're
Deception. When
talking
you're
about.
doing that shit behind your partner's back, that is cheating. That is deception.
Cheat man.
Basically, when you have a partner, no matter what it is, straight, gay, whatever, when you have a partner, the rules of what you play, y'all playing by the same set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
When you play outside the rules that have been established between it, that's cheat. It's like Uno, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be coming up in here talking so no, we ain't playing doubles.
We
You
playing
said
that.
from jump we was playing doubles. What you talking about? You know that'll start a fight. If it'll start a fight in Uno, imagine what it'll do in your relationship.
You know it.
And it with spades too. Make sure the rules are laid out at the beginning of the game.
Big Joker say guaranteed.
Back in the
Put
wild,
big
wild
on the
west
Joker.
Facebook, a lot of
So-
the people I blocked are gay. Some were in the church. See, I'm telling you, he ain't lying about it.
So Thomas, what we were talking about earlier, I know you hopped on a little bit late, was that
It's layers to it.
Delisa.
I mean, cheating is cheating. If you have a set thing of rules between you and your partner, and if she playing by one set of rules and you playing by the same set, if you decide I don't want to play with this set no more, I want to make a whole new set, and you don't inform her, you're cheating.
It's deception. It's deception is what it is, because you're keeping that part of your life away from your wife when she should be privy to it. If you want to open up the gate and y'all both go do what you're gonna do with other people. Now, a lot of people don't do that because honestly, shame factor. Let's not forget how deep shame go. The shame factor. A lot of people think, well, I'm gonna be ostracized. I'm gonna be looked at as the enemy. I'm gonna be looked at as the villain. So I'm just gonna do this on the sneaky side, and I hope nobody don't find out until you exposed or you found out about it or whatever the case may be. Now you're looking stupid, and you're gonna lose your partner. But hey, like I said earlier, if you consistently cheating on the same person, that person ain't for you. Just admit you chose wrong, or either open that thing up so y'all both can be out here, spreading that love around. One or the other. What he said, none of it is right to cheat, but sometimes has justified reasons. You chose the wrong person. That's a very justifiable reason.
And here's the thing. That's truth be told, Cheryl, what you saying right there, now that you're saying it out loud.
Think about
it make all the sense in the world. We don't want to admit we were wrong.
Yeah.
We don't want to admit I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I made a bad decision. But in that moment, when you're actually committed to the cheating, you have been honest with, I fucked up.
Yep.
I made a bad decision. And how do you know you fucked up? Because the right answer is in front of me.
Yep. And that's another way to confirm too if you are with the right person or not.
Or different possibilities. It may not even be the right answer, but a different possibility is in front. I thought it was just this one way.
Mm-hmm.
And
we don't like to do that. We don't like to
What was that person's name? Miss B. Smith? Was it Miss B. Smith that was ill and her husband, because she couldn't, I think she was dying, and her husband took another woman, moved her in, and he was
now that's a bit much. Now that's a stretch. Now we're not now.
That is a stretch. That's something different, ain't
is that
now you can go ahead and go do
that
what you need
cheating?
to do because I can't do it for you. But now don't bring that to the house. Now that's
that's something different. You asking to get killed. You asking for violence.
I'm already sick.
I gotta lay up in here and I'm dying and I gotta hit you getting your back blown out too.
Right.
Yeah, that's too much. We're not gonna do
I'm telling you, I get up out this bed.
Bring the clock! You are dead! Dead! You are dead!
But with B. Smith was sick unto death. Like she was not she wasn't cognizant or something. I heard another guy say that his wife at the age of 50, she got early onset dementia. And he ended up having to put her in a nursing home by the time she turned 51. And of
Woo!
course, she's in a nursing home, and he's going to see her
Yeah.
every day. And he falls in love with the nurse that's taking care of her. But although he liked that lady, he didn't do anything with that lady. His wife passed away when she was 52. And he did indeed
Wow.
start dating the nurse, like literally 3 months after she passed. Because he said, believe it or not, his wife had forgotten who he was after year one of her dealing with that early dementia, right? So I get that. He said people ostracize him to this day. They say he's a terrible person. He said, but you all don't understand. My wife forgot who I was. She could not remember
They don't
me.
know what that
And I
feels.
did not have any support other than the emotional support of said nurse.
Grey's
And,
Anatomy.
you
They have
know,
no Grey's
yeah,
Anatomy.
it's happened in real life
Yeah.
several times. I'm pretty sure he's
Hey
not the
man,
only person.
unless
I
you've
get
experienced
that.
what it is to be like around somebody who
Right,
has Alzheimer's, dementia, anything like that. Like I said,
right.
my grandmother went through that, and it was hard for me to be around.
It's
when
hard
she
to
was
watch.
like that.
Hmm.
And for the most part, when I went around her, she was in good spirits. She was, but
Mhm.
she had a moment or two where she
Right.
looked at me and didn't have a clue. And that's my grandmother. I can't imagine looking at my wife.
And she not knowing who you are.
That would suck the soul out of me. Like that would, and I'm not talking about in a good way. Like that would really crush me.
Hmm.
I'm
It's the
sorry.
person I committed the rest of my life, and I'm looking at you,
Mhm.
and I'm supposed to get that back. I'm supposed to get that reflection back of our spirit, and it's
Nothing.
nothing.
There
No,
is
no.
nothing there. It's nothing there. So in his case, I hate that people didn't understand why he moved on with his life, how he moved on with his life.
Wait a
Wait a
minute.
minute, says Dwayne and Harry.
Woo!
The men did get stuck together
Woo!
and went to Forest General. The nurse didn't expect the men. How
Exposed.
Exposed.
do you get? I'm so
Exposed.
confused. How do they get stuck together?
The
Wait,
dogs?
Was it
wait a
super glue?
minute.
You got to give more
Dogs get
details.
stuck
That is
together.
not
Humans
enough
don't get stuck
detail.
together.
Why must I be like that?
Wait, y'all.
Really?
Reggie, you
Wait.
got to get one, sir.
See, that's the bullshit right there. That bullshit right there, right there, right there.
Right there, right there. Because this is not enough information. How the hell they get? Did somebody
Are they
That's a little
trick them
dogs?
and
blurb.
super glue it together? Did they put glue in the lube so they could get caught
Yeah,
up?
they
Like
gotta be killing
what?
some dogs
Hey,
because how they
hey,
get stuck?
go up some
Bro said,
because
"Hey, I have no
because
idea."
Ross has something, Thomas has something.
Okay,
Hold
let's
on,
get
Ross
some
is
of these
going.
comments.
Ross got
Let's get
so I
some.
guess they trying to back there asking questions in regard to the cheat. So Ross
Okay.
says, "We married. We haven't had sex in 3 weeks. If I go clap some other cheeks that made her booty jiggling, is that justification for cheating?" No, Ross.
No, it's not.
That is just
But
that you got to
what
have
it
a
will make
conversation.
you think about though, Ross, the fact that y'all done went 3 weeks, the first thing gonna pop up in your head. I fucked
Right.
up. I made a bad decision with this one.
Now listen.
Now, if you're a good man, why has it been 3 weeks?
I have taken.
If this
Oh
is my
baby.
wife and we are under the same roof, why has it been 3 weeks?
So I'm gonna throw
I
something
got a
in his room.
question.
Oh,
Hold
go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
I put a TikTok up about a year ago, and it said that women, because some women will use sex as a weapon, and they will withhold sex from their partner, thinking that they're going to get something out of him
That's witchcraft.
that she otherwise wouldn't get. So they'll withhold
Sorcery.
sex. It's called sorcery. But I said this.
It's called
Listen, ladies. That man does not have the strength of Jesus. He don't have the strength of Jesus. And if you keep on withholding for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, he could be on conference. He could be anywhere. And if somebody blow on that thing wrong, he about to sin. He
Hey,
about to cheat on
let me be real. Can I be real with you?
that
Come
thing
on. I
up.
think I speak for all
Attention.
men.
Come
I think
on.
I speak for all men when I say this. It don't even have to be somebody blew on it wrong.
Right.
If that man has gone 2 plus 3 a month, 2 months without any form of intimacy from his woman,
Right.
she don't have to touch him.
Mhm.
All she really got to do is make eye contact and say some cool shit like, "Hello, handsome. Damn, you smell good." Just pay him a fucking compliment to let him know he exists.
Some women don't do that.
The mind frame is already going to be
Yeah.
boggled from right
But
there on.
sometimes some
I
women don't
promise
do
you,
it.
Let me
men
say
don't
this.
realize how We don't want to admit it, but in certain situations, we are, what's the word? Not ignored, but
ignored.
We're ignored.
That's what the hell you are. If she ain't paying you no
yeah.
attention, you ignored.
And you don't want to feel like a child. And that's what you think you're being a child. If I say, I need some attention and this is that. But it's deeper than just attention. Intimacy. I don't know anybody who can really just function off of just no intimacy at all.
Nobody. We all
intimacy
need that.
isn't just sex.
We are
right. It's not. We all need that though. We all need that human touch.
Something to
We
let me
need
know
that.
my blood is pumping. To remind me that I'm a man.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this too, Wayne. I know a lot. They say a lot. Y'all see a lot of rhetoric online about people saying that men don't like women. It's a lot of women that hate their husbands, and they don't want to be touched by their husbands. They don't like him no more. They don't like him at all no more, and they don't
Set
want
her
him
free.
to touch them.
Be free. Go. Be free.
If he knew she didn't like him, he probably would let her go. But
free.
they like the benefits of the man, especially if the man is taking care of
I
them.
want to ask y'all
Now,
a
this is
question.
not all women, but some women don't like their spouses no more, and they don't want to do it with them.
I want to ask y'all a question.
Am I lying, Delisa? Am I lying? Okay.
So I want to ask y'all a question.
Okay.
A statement was made that men love harder than women. And here's the reason why. When a woman decides to get married, why does she decide to get married?
She
What
makes
makes
her
us
boxes. You know, like he is a provider, a protector. He probably got that good if they tried it out already. You know, and he's checking all the boxes. Provider, protector, got that good, treats me well. You know, he's shown himself to be a gentleman. And then those are those qualities. At least from my first marriage, I have not been married a second time. Okay. But I got married along in 94. But those were the things that really stuck with me. Plus, he was funny. We connected. Like it was a lot. But this is what I really love was the fact that he was consistent and he kept showing up. He was consistent. He kept showing up. He proved to be a provider and a protector, you know. And I'm going to tell you what really changed because I didn't have thoughts of getting married to him until I got pregnant, which there was some pressure there. But I was going to go off to college. That was my plan. And, but then I was like, okay, now I got a child to consider. Okay. Not just me anymore. So provider, protector, got the good. Hey, he's consistent. He's shown himself, proved himself to be a man.
and these are all benefits for who?
Those are all benefits for me. I wasn't thinking about him.
When a
What
man,
about for the man?
For me and my
when
child.
a
That was
man,
benefits for me and my child.
when a man falls in love and decides that this is going to be his wife, his first instinct is not.
I heard a song about that. All this give up all this.
His first
on my
instinct
lap.
is not like, finally my prayers have been answered. His first instinct is going, shit. Because now I have a weakness. I have somebody I will kill for. I have somebody I will die for. Somebody I will put people in the grave for. I have somebody I'm willing to go to the grave for myself. Do you understand? You are my ultimate weakness. This shit ain't about a benefit for me.
Right.
She's a kryptonite.
You have become my kryptonite.
Especially for that first marriage. The second marriage, I don't know. I haven't had a second one. I don't think I'd base it on the same thing as the first one because I don't really need a man to provide and protect. I really need that intimacy at this point. I need that spiritual partner. This second
But this
time
is the thing.
around.
For me to have somebody who means that much to me, we pray that, and that's all we can do is we pray that that woman who now means this much to me has that same energy for me. And if she shows, not what she says, if she shows she doesn't, it's the ultimate disrespect. I placed you here. I was willing to go against the world for you. And really, if it's the right man, I'll go against my mama for you. And you only had me here. You had backup plans. You had excuses. You had other, it was never truly about.
Well, I ain't have all that back when I got married.
Damn.
I ain't have all that.
Damn. Like, and that's where it is for a man. So then once we are here now, once we realize, oh, your shit don't match mine.
Jazzy Bill. Outcast. Y'all can play that back and y'all get it.
It's hard to get it back.
Yeah, I put some out there for in the left.
It's
Now, I will
hard to
say
get it
this,
back because this
I
was never
think-
about the benefit for me.
Well, now Wayne's been married twice. I've only been married once, and I got married back when I was 18 years old. I'm 49 now, so I think the thinking is different. But for us getting married in our 20s, I know for women we are looking for providers and protectors. I had went 4 months without, but that's because I had wrecked her.
What you mean you wrecked her, Ross?
I'm confused.
I'm gonna hope he means her car, not he.
You wrecked her what?
I'm
You
assuming
tell me
that
you
he
wrecked her
means-
car like and she was physically injured. You ain't
What
talking
that
about like
yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
No, y'all know exactly what he's trying to tell y'all.
So,
It was dragging.
I would definitely stay away from him.
I would. It wouldn't. I wouldn't have. Now, wait a minute. But why did you have to go 4 months? If why did you wait? Were y'all like married in a relationship? I'm so confused by this statement, Ralph. What happened? Please type more information as we continue this dialect. Okay, this dialect. Yeah, that's what I want to say. But you're right, Wayne. I don't. What is that? Oh,
Provide, protect, and
this
pump.
I'm trying to break that back.
Hold on, I'm catching up because I'm coming home. Men love harder and the meat gets harder. That's good evidence, bro.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Boy, I can't take you out.
Provide, protect, pump. Right. Provide, protect, pump.
But no, man, like that's
I don't know about now. Then, yes, I was so young. Like I needed to make sure that the future of my child and myself was secure. And in the wild, that's what the female animals in the wild do too. They're looking for the strongest mate. If you ain't the strongest that can protect and provide, you think the lioness is checking for the lion if he ain't the strongest?
But
hell no.
Let me back up to
all the
say
hunting
this.
anyway.
Let me back up to say
Well, he got more than one mate too. You know,
I'm just saying they do all the hunting anyway. He didn't sit back and just.
He just sit back and chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we have that whole realization that this person means that much to us, and then when we feel the betrayal of because your feelings and your thoughts and your actions don't match what I was willing to put in or what I have been putting in, it's and then you start to, well, I'm withholding sex because now I got an attitude or I want what I want and this and that.
That's manipulation.
And that's exactly what that is. It's manipulation. And if you have somebody who already goes, I ain't falling for that shit.
Right.
What I told y'all from jump, if you a grown woman and you don't suck that meat, you can best believe you're gonna get cheated on.
I said that. Listen,
99.9% guarantee you.
Delisa, let me tell you. We did a ladies' night. We did a ladies' night for I Am Woe podcast. And I remember
and it's coming back around.
We're
gonna have a third round of it too. Lisa,
okay, we're gonna do a third. I remember saying that, and they was like, I said, listen, if you ain't giving head, somebody done did it. And I know some of the girls was like, not my parents. You don't know what happened between your parents. If your mama wasn't giving him no head,
girl, your mama was down there bobbing for apples.
You better know she was bobbing for apples.
But see, here's another thing too. I want to be clear, ladies. Here it is. It's deeper than just getting some head. Okay, it's deeper than just getting some head. All right.
Yeah.
What about the opposite? We'll get to that. But it's deeper.
Tell Miles I said what's up.
So again, this is where we want to make sure we're clear. I will put my mouth and my tongue in because there's a lot of stuff a man won't do before his wife.
Right.
Shit.
We'll do it all.
Where you like what they say? Where do you want me to put it? Like I'll put this mouth back into wherever you want it to go. It's yours. And let's make it. This ain't just for me, boo boo. It's for you.
Now listen, we're gonna tie this into our
that's the core strength right there.
You can't give me no head.
That core,
right.
It's the core strength.
Come on now. Well, here's the thing, and this is just me, and this is something that I've had. I have always loved the sexual experience. I have loved it. I like the way my partner reacts to me. I like the reactions and the feelings he pulls out of me and me out of him. I'm willing to experiment in all types of ways so we can make sure that every time it's the experience that's heightened. Like, why we killing ourselves laughing? I missed a
Say
comment.
kiss y'all faces. Why
So
y'all got?
Oh
this
Why
Lord,
y'all
wait,
looking
hold
like
that
that?
right there, because I gotta read slow so I can't see.
I need my.
Oh my God, Ross, you got some competition in the comments. Like,
Hey
I
man,
don't
that
know
boy
who
should
going harder with
walk,
this.
walk, man. Jesus.
hey,
Oh
hey,
God.
look, I thought you were gonna say like like the mud bugs. Suck
Nah, he
up
said
the
like
mud.
those
You gotta
slow
suck the
crabs.
head.
You gotta suck the
Hey,
what?
You gotta suck the head.
We be getting in it. I mean, it's an experience. That part of it too. I don't know what the freaking um what the hang up is with that, because I have had conversation with many women, and one girl told me, she said, so you give hot box? And I was like, what the fuck is hot box?
Right.
And she was like, oh, like head. I'm like, yeah, why you make a face when you say it? Like, what's the problem?
Who don't?
I'm like, it's not like I'm doing it with every guy I get with. Not that I'm getting with a lot of guys these days, but if I like you and we rocking and we here and you got that good, and baby, you finna get this good, okay?
There's even a
All of it.
song about it. Head,
That's why we
head,
do
and more
Pilates.
head.
That's why we keep it all stretched out, right?
Little brown, little brown.
How long has it been since what? I didn't read that.
oh, how long has it been since a chick bounced on my face?
How
That's
long
because
Little
you
has it
ain't
brown.
got
been?
one of them, Ross. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, once I can trust you, once you are her, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Baby, we can do whatever. And I think that's a problem. People don't, they come in with restrictions. They
Right.
come in with this whole list of no's. Here you go. What I'm gonna do with this shit?
Yeah,
What
throw
you
that
what
out the
I'm gonna
window.
do? That's all my nose. All of this is your nose.
Okay.
N-
You didn't say none of this before we said I do.
No
They
sex,
trapped you.
no
You trapped now, sir. You
no
trapped.
sex before 8 a.m. No sex after 9 p.m.
There you go.
Right, right, right.
My boy
Like
Marshall.
what?
Okay, let's see what it say.
Oh
I'd rather
God!
pay $40 and send her out when I'm done. I'm not going to beg for it when I know I can pay for it.
Respectfully.
Kevin Durant just said that in an article. 40-year-old Kevin Durant said that he's single, and people asked why was he
He said,
single, and
"You
he
don't
said,
pay for the pussy; you pay for her to leave."
right. He said that he
That's
in
like
his career right now,
like
Kevin
an
Durant,
assassin.
he's in a good place, right? And he said, if I want intimacy, I will pay for it because it's uncomplicated and it has no strings attached.
Look at
I
him. He
appreciate
put the
that man,
paperwork.
Kevin Durant, because he just put the shit out there like that. He was like, I got time for that. Especially at his level in the game. Let me tie this back into our conversation. And this is just a hypothetical. But some people have a sexual proclivity where they like that occasionally, but they also they like women. They like women, but they like to have anal with women. You have men like that. It's called sexual proclivity. You can do all kinds of different stuff. They have BDM and SM and all kind of other shit that people do that's weird. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, what if hypothetically the man expressed that he wanted to try this out with his wife? And he was shunned for it, shamed for it, or just shut down
You
completely.
talking about anal?
Anal. Like, what if a guy says to his wife, "Hey, I want to try this,"
Should that
and
have even
instead
been
of
a
her being,
First of all,
conversation
it's too big
before?
to put
yeah,
back there, so we're not gonna put that back there because it's too
no,
big. So
no,
we're
no,
not
no,
even
listen to
doing
me,
it.
because see,
I
in
would
my
have
head,
hoped
listen to
that you
me, in
had
my
that
head,
discussion before she came your way.
Before, yeah,
well,
you know what I'm
yeah, but
saying?
I'm just saying, like, I was married a long time. We had conversations that evolved. We didn't think to have all this shit at this conversation when I was 18 and he was 23. We didn't think to talk about this shit. Okay, let's just
At
be
least be
honest.
open to
Whether or not you
trying
gonna give me
it,
some
we're gonna
head.
be
Delisa.
we're gonna be
At least
open
be
and we're gonna
open to
talk through it
trying it.
as we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
clutch
So
your invisible pearls.
yeah, I don't clutch no pearls because if you marry and if you're a Christian, the Christian bed is undefiled
Bed
or
is
whatever. And if you're not married,
undefiled.
you can do whatever you want. Why are you placing all these restrictions on your bedroom life? But this is my thing. If you want to
All
try it,
these
let's try it.
tariffs and shit in your
I
bedroom.
think I was married maybe 2 years before I decided to buy this book called the Kama Sutra. And the reason I bought the book called the Kama Sutra is because it was mentioned in the vampire movie by Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, I
She
thought you were
was
talking about True
reading.
Blood.
No, she was reading Bram. She was reading the Kama Sutra at the beginning of the movie, and I remember them showing a flash of like one of the positions, and I was like, I'm going to get that book, and I sure did. I went to Books a Million and I bought the Kama Sutra. I didn't know what Kama Sutra meant, but it's literally like this Indian guide to all of these sensual, intimate positions, right? And I was like, yeah, I want to try as many of these as I can try. Some of them I can't get into the position because I'm not a what they call the people that can do all the different positions.
Contortionist.
You're not. You're
I'm not a
not.
contortionist.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's
That's
start
what
here.
yoga's for,
Let's
baby.
try some shit. And that was successful for us. So then I bought more books on different things, you know. And then I guess we had been married a decade, and I was like, I do want to try anal. I want to try everything, you know. So and we did. And then I learned a lot of tips and tricks of how to do it if that's something you want to do. Now every woman won't do that. I am quite the rare breed, okay?
Let me be
You
clear.
could you could
Let me
everybody
be
not
clear.
gonna do
Yeah, a lot
what
more
I what
women
I'm
who
willing
like
to
I
anal
do.
had
than
to
you
pray
don't.
my
Yeah.
way through that one because
There are a lot more women who like anal than don't.
Yeah. So it's a
From my
proclivity too.
understanding,
I'll say this. My
it's,
experience, my
it's a
first
different
time,
orgasm.
I was
Yeah, it
high.
is. It's a preference.
I was high and it was amazing. I
Everything's
tried it the
everything's
second
It's
amazing
time
when you're
amazing when
high.
sober.
you're high.
I tried it sober the second time. Shot clean across the bed. Said nope,
All
nope.
right. So yeah, it's some things you need to do to prepare
You
for
were
that.
doing
Let
this
me
when you
tell
should
you.
have been doing this. You was doing this.
There's some shit you gotta prepare for that. That's not a thing where you say, oh, let's just up and do this.
You gotta
No, some
calm
things.
down, Delisa. You
Hey,
gotta
Listen,
calm
hey,
down.
actually,
okay, wait, what
actually,
this say?
actually,
Listen, what they say? What they say?
that boy
Put
said, put that
almond oil
almond
in
oil
it.
on that meat and let me beat inside that exit hole. Whoa, stop. Jeez.
You know what?
The fuck?
Right.
Listen, Lambda. Now,
This is a sick Negro.
ladies, I'm gonna give y'all the cheat code. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all the cheat code. And if you think you want to try it in your private time with your person, do it. And if you don't, you just forget what I'm about to say on this part. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the cheat code. If you ever get with somebody that you love enough to want to try this with, because you don't, anal is not for casual people. It's not for
No, ain't.
casual.
No,
Hell
ain't.
no.
It's not for
No,
casual
ain't.
situationships and all that shit. This is
It is
not
not.
that.
It's a very
Okay,
intimate.
it's
Matter of
very
fact,
intimate.
it's more rules to that
Right, but
than
way
it
more
is
rules.
vaginally. Like you have to follow these rules,
And I'm
No
about to
which
give them
ATM.
can
to you.
affect the vaginal area.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So here we
No
go.
ATM if you're not
Okay,
together.
listen. Here we go. I'm gonna give you the rules, lady, if you want to try this. And I
I'm
got
sorry.
this from a very good friend who happens to be in the alphabet community, but it works like a charm. The first thing you want to do is go get you a douche, not a douche, enema. You're gonna get your enema, but you're going to pour out that solution in that enema bottle. Pour that shit out. You don't need that. Rinse it out with warm water a few times, and then refill it with the warm water only. And the reason you want to use the enema because it already got the lube on the tip for you, okay? And then put that back up, and you're going to clean out your bottom 3 or 4 times until the water runs clear. It doesn't hurt.
You clenching up already. God,
Listen, girl, it doesn't hurt. It's literally you when you put the water in there, it's gonna push out anything that's in there. Okay. So listen,
oh, she
it's gonna be
clenching
like
up
a nice
already.
clean flush. It's gonna flush
Delisa.
everything out,
Come
and it
on,
feels great
babe.
because it's just warm water. Do that 3 or 4 times. You're gonna wash that out. Listen now, I'm trying to give you the real. When it
She trying
runs
to get you out of the
clear,
game.
then you're good to go. You could do two things after this. You could finish washing off and get everything all nice and prepped. Two things you're going to need. You need silicone lube, not water based. You need oil based lube, or in Thomas's case, just get you the almond oil. It works the same. Oil based lube or the almond oil will work wonders. And they also have numbing cream that you can use that works really good. Of course, you're going to have to put the numbing cream on and do your foreplay first to give it time to work. The reason I don't use numbing cream.
I can't feel my tongue.
Right. The reason and that's one reason. And the other reason is because if you have someone who is large and you don't feel anything back there, you can end up with unnecessary tears. And make sure they
I
use a
was like, I don't
condom.
think you want to be numb back there. This ain't surgery.
And
Right. I
and
mean,
in
some people
charge.
might want to be numb back there. I
Large
don't
and
know.
in
But I'm just
charge.
saying if you're numb and you may not be able to feel if there is damage occurring. And definitely use a condom, use a condom, use a condom, use a condom, use a fucking condom. Use a condom. Okay?
Even if you're
And
married,
then,
but
and the
not
reason
becoming.
even if you're
Yes.
married, use a condom
Yeah.
because you may decide to take it off if she don't like it, and then you just want to continue with the motion, and you can
If you
continue
don't,
with
and
if
you
you're
go back there, like you said, no,
right.
no A to M,
Yep.
Yes, no
and
ADM.
there's
'Cause
no
her hoo-ha
alternating.
gonna be sick.
There's no
There is
alternating.
no
Gonna be sick.
alternating.
No,
Yeah.
no
If you
alternating.
go,
Her
if you
vaginal
go
region
that
is gonna
route
be
and you
sick.
want to, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, she gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
she gonna
Don't
have
do
all
that.
kind of creepy
So
crawlies.
that's why you got the you take it off if you
Mm-hmm.
want to go and do, whatever you and your wife do. If this is for married
Mm-hmm.
people, if you're not married, don't be trying this stuff with people you don't know. Okay, don't do that
This the
because
higher level.
yes, it's a higher level. Make
Yeah,
sure
that's that
too to be sharing
top
your my
tier.
chart if you're not married and you're not in a committed relationship where you've been with this person for years and years. Be sharing your my charts with each other. At this stage in the game, everybody should be sharing my charts. Y'all know what the my
Mm-hmm.
chart is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, show people your my chart, and if they're not willing to show you theirs, run far away. Okay, he had a
Mm-hmm.
bad experience. Y'all got to read that. I can't see that time.
Marsha
I
said
had a
I
bad
had a bad
experience.
experience my first and
Wow.
last time. She wanted to try it. I was enjoying it first, but then I looked down and saw shit on my dick. I ran straight
Yeah,
to the shower and left. Never
right. I
again.
don't blame you. I
Now
don't
here's the
blame
thing. Let me be honest with y'all. Uh, if she don't do the animal, you have to understand
you. Yeah,
that is part of the game
it is part of the game if she doesn't
because
clean
you
it up.
do understand where you're going. So the whole point of it is, like she said, if
Dark
you don't want to
time.
experience that, then that does require some prep work. That's
Yeah,
where the enema comes at. If you
Yeah,
just
Darth
kind of
Vader, you're
being in the
going to the
moment,
dark side.
and she just randomly yells, now trust me, I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen to you. I don't care what no man say. When you in that thing and it's good, and if she actually asks you to put it there, most of y'all don't think with your right head anyway. You going for it. You're going for it.
That's
But
true.
you gotta understand where you're going.
you better understand where
This
you're
is not
going.
paved cement. It's mud around this area.
Get it out the mud.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I can't be mad when I be like, oh, I got mud on my shoes. You went
no,
stumped in
that
there
girl
with
better
mud.
be
What
smart
you?
enough to be like, no. Man, if she knows she not prepared for that, say no, ladies. If you're not prepared for that, say no, say no, say no, say
Hey,
no.
fellas.
Okay,
Also, man,
say no.
that whole surprise move. Hey, man, that's a good way to get you cut. Don't
It
do that to
sure
that
is.
woman. Stop
Don't
doing
do
it,
Surprise,
that.
thinking it's funny.
surprise.
Don't do
Surprise,
that. I don't care if
surprise.
it's
Look to
winking
see like
at you.
sliding in. Oops, my
Yeah,
bad. But
yeah. I don't care if it's winking at
Yeah,
you
don't
when you
surprise.
when
Don't.
you in that face when she in that ass up face down. I don't care if it's winking at you. That is no. It's a no. She
but
ain't
I
say yes. It's a no.
Exactly. A
to
real no.
bring it back on. Just seriously, when y'all in these relationships,
Right.
marriages, whether straight, hetero, whatever, gay, whatever. We've got to learn to be more open-minded. We got to be not even just on necessarily what we're doing, what we're saying, how we're communicating. There
Right.
should be no shame involved if
Mhm.
I want to try something with you or you want to try something with me. We should be able to talk and discuss about this. So how we start in the beginning of the connection, even before it's a relationship, and we're having our time or whatever. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna what interests you. What biggest thing? Ask you what your interests are. Like I want to know.
What you
Tell me your shit.
be, who you be
What's
with.
and as it might change 10 years from
Does that
now,
make you
because
smile?
we've done these things.
What numbers
She's
to
like
dial?
Cheryl said, she had books. She
Yeah.
researched some other stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. For
Cool.
sure.
What else you got on your mind, baby? It's okay to have these conversations.
And
When y'all
stop
get to a point where you
shaming.
can't
Stop
talk to
shaming
each
each
other about
other.
this shit,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
You're in
agree.
trouble. And
As the
ladies, more
kids used to say.
specifically, if you're not giving your man that space to even talk to you, or you don't feel like you can talk to
Right.
him, you finna get cheated on.
Yeah, that's the danger zone. That's
I'm dead
absolutely the
serious.
danger zone.
You finna
Right.
get cheated on. Because he no longer feels like if
Stop.
I made you my one and only option and you telling me no
No,
repeatedly,
right. Come on, ladies.
repeatedly.
Come on.
I
That's
bought
that
in,
sorcery.
you sold me this.
And
Harry
then
I'm
Potter.
to hit
playing
them
by
with,
the
I
rules.
hate that.
Just
Hitting them
because
with the
you're saying
shame,
no is cheating. I'm gonna be real with you. You changed the rules up.
Yeah, you switched it up. And what's
Like
that?
now,
Oh, wait a
Back in the
minute. So
day,
if the treaty is broken that way, all bets off?
I think that's what
so
what's his
this
name
was
was
you still
saying.
need to find a way to communicate
Iran?
before you go and do something stupid.
Definitely had a
We need to have some
conversation
discussions.
first.
We need to be adults about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I listen, it's been 2-3 weeks. It's been 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I need something is going on. You're not talking. You got to tell me something.
Gotta
If
talk.
you feel like then after I come to you with it, if you feel like then you still don't owe me an explanation, or you feel like I'm not a safe place to talk or whatever, best believe it ain't gonna be much longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
be like
I'm not
Cuba
going no
Gooding in the
too.
back
I'm
of
not gonna go too much without.
hey
We're not
dog.
going no 2 months
I
without.
ain't
No, we're
either.
not
Not
gonna
if
even
we
go
in
2
a
weeks
committed
without it.
relationship.
Hey dog,
God
pull
dang.
Yeah,
over.
we're
Let
not
me
gonna
out.
even go 2 weeks without it. We're not
Okay,
doing
Can't
that.
talk.
so I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Okay, kick it up
Mhm.
a notch. So for the people in our chat or people who are gonna watch this who may be heading toward a woman's summer when she has what's they call menopause, right? So when those
Oh, okay.
hormones or lack of hormones hit, sometimes she may not feel like having
Yeah,
sex
that's a
as
different. That's
often.
different. Yeah.
So when you're there, fellas, maybe you need to be maybe you want to be a little bit more. Maybe all these rules don't apply if your woman is going through each.
Well, you still need to communicate that.
Yeah, that's a different
I agree.
conversation.
The communication,
Menopause is a different conversation
So the
altogether.
whole point of marriage is we're gonna grow old together.
Right.
We're gonna go through different phases. So when you reach this phase, it's new to you, but it's new to me too. You feel what I'm saying? I'm here on this journey with you. So I know it's happening to you, but you are me.
Here's the thing.
It's happening to us.
Let me know how I
get hot enough to
I'm
fry
kind of
egg
there.
on her.
Let me tell you something. When the heat flashes hit, she can't even think straight. She's not gonna be able to articulate to you. Now she might scream at you when she gets to this point. She don't mean it. She cannot help it. I promise you.
Oh, no,
Whatever's
no,
going
no.
on up
Ain't
here,
talking about
the
going through
man
this.
needs to be understanding in that moment because trust me, she will kick your ass out the bed because of how hot she is.
Man, just go take a shower.
Just go, yeah.
I'm not talking about in that.
Go beat your meat somewhere in the corner, man.
While
It's gonna be
that's
all right.
happening.
And she has brain fog
As you're
too.
approaching that stage, when you start to notice your body changing, you know, and you've had your conversations with your doctor, the same way you had your conversation with your doctor. Come have your conversation with your husband. I need to know where we are at, because where you at determines where we're at.
Yeah, she may
So
have
if
brain
you're in a
fog
position
though.
where your body is inconsistent, I need to know. So therefore, when you hit a certain stage or have a spell or whatever it is, I don't take it as, you know, a real shot at me. If I don't know that, I don't know what the fuck wrong with her, dog. I'm finna lose my shit up here. She didn't yell at us.
That's the part. I just saw a reel of a man and he's like 56 and his wife is 55. And he said he had to understand that what she was going through at times because of the brain fog, she could not articulate to him what it was. And in those times, the wife needs the husband to be patient and understanding, regardless of if she can articulate it or not, because at times she may not be able to. She just may not be mentally, she may not be. That's that part. That's where that do thick and thin, better or worse come in. Not when it comes to cheating, but when it comes to that change in life. When it comes to that change in life right there. Right? Yeah, see, you ain't got there yet. Delisa, you ain't got there yet.
Who ain't?
Delisa ain't that old.
Oh, no, me?
Yeah.
I started having hot flashes. Yes.
Oh my God, you did?
Jalisa, you too young. What are you like?
She not.
We got the perimenopause.
I'm 46.
Yeah, you right here. We right here.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Once you
Wake
get,
up
once you get
sweating.
You
over
can never
40,
tell a
it's
black
when it
woman's
starts to
age.
happen.
Wake
Okay,
up
you can
sweating in
never.
my room.
But they call it
My room is not hot
perimenopause.
at all, but I wake up
Perimenopause.
sweating.
Yeah, it's perimenopause. Here's the
Yeah,
crazy
that's what I'm
part.
saying.
I live with my
Guess
parents.
why I know?
They're hot all the time.
Guess
They're
why
cold
I
all the
know?
time. How you know?
Because my wife talked to me. So no, I'm not giving no goddamn excuses about it.
No, you
I'm
don't
not
get
giving
to
no
scream and
leniency
holler at
about it.
your wife if she's
You
having
can
a moment though.
communicate just like everybody else.
If you
I'm not
say
saying you have to
so, you
wait
don't get
until
to
you
scream
have
and
a
holler at her and talk to her bad if she's having a day.
no.
Some men do.
I'm not saying that
For
has
men
to
to be
happen. But if I
understanding.
don't know that you're experiencing that,
Come on, if your wife 50 something, his dumb ass ought to know that.
again, I said over 40. It don't necessarily have to be 50.
He better understand if she's 45. He better get a clue.
Hell no.
Get a
That's
fucking
not a
clue.
mind. It don't always hit you
Come
at
on,
the
it's
same
men
stage.
don't. Men
Men
are not
don't.
that dumb. Men
They
are not
don't.
that dumb.
Oh
Y'all are
my
not that
God.
dumb either. Come on now.
Oh my God. So we gonna play this
Men,
game now?
it's a lot of
Y'all
men
not
who
that
don't.
dumb.
They don't.
We
They
gonna
don't
play
think
this
about
game
that.
now.
Y'all not that dumb.
We gonna play this game now. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's not about being dumb. Your unwillingness to talk when you need to talk, I'm not gonna excuse it.
Okay. If you say
I'm
so,
not.
if I'm not, if I'm having a
I'm
I'm
moment,
not
important
I
saying
don't have
because
a man.
sure,
If
you're
I
not
have a
walking around
moment,
with high flashes 24/7.
no.
That's what I'm saying. So when you come out of it, you need to communicate what you're
I'm
experiencing.
pretty sure
That's all I'm saying.
a
I don't
rational
have to
woman
read you like
would.
a glass.
We're
Like
gonna we're
I'm
gonna we're
saying,
gonna we're gonna come back over here because that's a whole nother different conversation for we don't run off the list for another day.
summertime.
Okay, so I get it.
It's
Communicate,
summertime.
communicate.
yeah, just tell me.
But here's the thing, back to this DL things. We done went way on another topic. We
You
might have to
know,
continue this
Well,
for
I'm
next
saying that
time.
that still
it's
kind of
our
ties into
conversation
it.
is
Now, I'm
just
not
so
saying
wide
I
and
don't know why
varied.
to do this being a DL guy. I'm not saying that is, but I'm saying that sometimes
Sometimes it might.
that can lead people towards that route. I'm not saying that is, but that's how we kind of got there.
But you're
Definitely
still
want to
living in your truth and being honest with
Right.
people.
Be honest.
You know, having the courage to be honest with people, letting them know that, you know, something has changed, or you're trying out something new, or whatever it is, or guess what? You've discovered something that you probably already knew.
You
since you
discovered
were
something.
young.
You can't come in no marriage talking about you done been married 5, 6, 7, 10 years to me. I discovered. How you discovered it?
I discovered that I like
Hey, I
big,
ain't gonna lie
raunchy,
to you.
hairy men.
I done heard the story too.
I don't know. Tell me.
Where the wife's toys was
being used by both of them.
Curiosity apparently killed that cat.
Wait a minute. Who was using the toy?
He was.
Yeah, the man was curious.
Oh, and so she caught him like with it up his butt or something?
No, more or less. He was home alone. He knew what her shit was because he uses it, when they're in the bedroom together on her.
Okay.
And while he was home alone, he had curiosities and
wait, what?
Fuck it, let's
What
try
did
it.
he do? Try it with who? If he's home alone, though.
By his fucking self. That's
did he
what
put
he
it
did.
in his butt? That's what I asked you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And she caught him?
No, he told her. Like I'm saying that
he told her.
I know how you saying, how does this just come up sometimes? Like as you say, we grow, we learn. Damn sure.
So he
look, this is back in the house.
Preference. There she is. That's
Look,
a
that brought her
preference.
ass
Like,
back out.
he liked to be pegged, and he didn't even know it until he tried it on himself. Boom.
But I'm saying that's why I say you still gotta communicate.
Look at her face.
Just call him Peggy.
I already know, Lisa. Was it Joe? Throw it out now.
But here's the thing, and I heard a girl say this on TikTok. I don't know if I sent that video to you, Wayne, but she was saying a lot of times what we do is we tell our men, yeah, you got a safe space here, and the minute he mentions something like that, we judge him automatically, we shame him, and now he done shut down. He don't want to talk to us no more, and he don't want to tell us what it is that he need because we picked at him or judged him for wanting to try something different in the bedroom.
So he runs out and sees Billy Bob then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying that. He may have already wanted to see Billy Bob, but if the man is trying, what if let's say he was trying to be faithful and that's something he wanted to try? I don't know if
so he runs to Atlanta and he looks up, he sees Delisa and finds out that in his mind that she's trans and he will pay her $1,000.
Man, I don't know. It's a lot of different
sample of her cookie.
I'm just saying it's more to it than just them simply coming out the closet. It is a shame factor that most men who consider themselves heterosexual will not cross that bridge. They're not coming out. They're not going to say that shit for this very reason and this very conversation that we're having now. They don't want to be judged. They absolutely don't want to be. And they will do everything to keep that secret.
And y'all know how
it's a bridge too far. Absolutely, it's a bridge too far.
They express themselves and be like, listen, I just hope that you can accept me for who I am. I have curiosities, I have needs, and I just want to make sure that you know how black folks, we is harsh. We will get on your.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Y'all think Tony Braxton had that conversation with Birdman?
Birdman was already out the closet. Why y'all acting like Birdman and Lil Wayne didn't see them kids?
Hey man, stop with that
junk,
junk,
a few years ago.
Stop with that junk, bro.
I saw it myself, honey.
Stop with that junk, bro. That did not make them boys gay. That was a stupid moment.
Let your comment
Let
it go.
It was a stupid. Listen, let me be real.
They were
We
kissing
grew up in the late 90s and shit. Everybody was on the mafioso trip. A lot of people was high praising
I
Scarface.
worked in an Italian bookstore.
And
We
some
do a
people
kiss
went
on
too
the cheek.
far. Some people went too goddamn far
Never in the mouth.
with that trying to be.
Hey, like,
but I'm being honest.
Probably
One
say,
thing I know about Wayne, outside of that little photo of baby, it's too many women out here. Not Wayne claiming them. Yeah. Too many women out here claiming
we
Wayne.
said that about Diddy too, and look at his fruity ass.
I don't remember hearing a lot of women talking about Diddy.
Diddy. Everybody thought
man,
Diddy.
I saw Diddy traipsing a lot of women around.
Look,
it be women I think on my. You heard Superhead talk about Wayne?
Yeah, I heard.
Superhead had a whole husband, and she used to get out her bed from her husband to go get
Jaguar Wright was talking about Diddy.
That don't mean he's straight.
Cat Williams
Jaguar White talking about everybody,
us.
and now she getting sued.
Who? Jaguar?
Well, she was right about Diddy.
She was right about a few things, but she was also.
But I don't think that was really as big a secret as people thought.
She probably should have just left some shit alone, you know. So yeah.
I don't think that Diddy was as big a secret as people
thought.
No,
Exhibit said years ago
you've been listening to 50 Cent. He been talking about Diddy's parties.
Exhibit said that too. He said years ago that he hung out with Diddy and they ended up at a gay club, and he was like, "This ain't the move, sir." Exhibit that had Pimp My Ride, that was back in the 90s that he said that about
Exhibit. Oh yeah. Oh,
he said that. He comes straight out.
Cat Williams.
They used to have trans women in their videos.
Yeah, Cat Williams said it.
Cat Williams.
Yep.
Look.
So yeah, Diddy can't be on the deal by himself in that industry though.
Oh no, I don't got
he ain't the only one.
I believe it's quite a few.
He exposed
rappers, ball players.
Yeah.
I believe it's quite a few of them. Now, hey, if you is, that ain't my.
But they will say that they're not gay because they'll say, "Okay, I just like anal, but I want it from a woman." I've had 2 men that ask me to strap them too.
See,
and they tell me they are not gay.
They probably are gay.
So okay, from a woman's perspective, let me ask. I need to hear that from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman straps a man, does that make him gay?
I don't think so. I think he has a preference, just like
she done turned her whole.
I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, think about the men who like to be tied up. Think about the men who do we say for the men who like to be dominated and they like their asses beat and they like for women to shit and piss on them and talk to them crazy. We don't call them gay for liking the stuff that they like. No, but they do the utmost. They do the most.
We didn't say they
right.
This is a sick Negro.
Every time I get ready to say something, Wayne puts something in the fucking screen. Like every time.
That's what I call them.
I don't even know what that man's saying. My screen mute every time it comes on.
Yeah. This is a sick Negro. That's what he's saying.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Think about it. It's more. It's so many weird. It's so much weirdness that goes on when it comes to people's sexuality that is derived from believe it or you can believe it or you don't have to believe it. This is textbook. You can
I get it's kinks. I just draw the line at bowel movements.
And people have kinks, and that may be a kink that no one is ready to accept. You may have a straight guy who likes to bang other straight guys and don't consider himself gay, homosexual.
Wait, what now? Wait. Let's run that back. Say what now?
You heard
that likes to have sex with straight guys.
That's a number 8.
Oh yeah, he gay.
You say so.
Number 8.
He gay. He like to have sex with other straight men.
But that's not how
they ain't straight.
Okay, let's go back to J.L. King's book. I read the book, and he had studies in there from health departments. From health departments for the ones who were willing to admit that they had sex to their medical staff, not to the public. So it's still private. They identify as heterosexual men.
They lie to themselves.
It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody lies to themselves about a lot of different things. People can be, you can be a grown ass man and you can identify as a little girl. In the United States, they accept that shit and nobody bats an eye at it. So although it's not part of your reality, it's not part of what you consider heterosexual. For these men, it's part of what they consider heterosexual. We have to take the shame away for this reason because of the statistics that this book highlighted. Black women are the highest rated when it comes to HIV cases. And most of these Black women are predominantly sleeping with Black men who are secretly sleeping with other men unprotected.
So what's the
Women,
answer?
listen, women,
Should
the
it
answer
be?
is, at this point, the answer is women, whether you are married or not, if you suspect your man is like this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was married 25 years. We know them men inside and out, sometimes better than they know themselves. If you have an inkling, start protecting yourself. Protect yourself. If you're not willing to let on that you know about this man, but you feel like you love him enough to stay there, start when you go every year to get your checkup. You make sure your doctor is running the full panel on you and have him secretly put you on prep. If you are married ladies, and especially for my religious ladies who are stuck in that dynamic of church and you have to have a certain image because of respectability politics, secretly get on the shit. Okay, and get yourselves tested. You ain't got to worry about herpes. You'll know if you have herpes because you'll have the symptoms for that. Okay, it's one of those things where you will know if you got it. But when it comes to things like STIs, HIV, Hep C, hepatitis C, hepatitis B, STIs that may not come up, STDs like syphilis, go get tested for that shit every year when you get your pap smear and get on prep. And if you're not married, but you out here sleeping with different men unprotected, y'all motherfuckers better definitely be on prep. Okay, that's what I'm saying, because this is not an issue that's going to be easily solvable. Okay, for these men who are secret, who are like this is not about to be solved. They're going to continue to do what they do, period. So my advice is for women to protect themselves, because you just never know. What was that comment? Put it back on the screen.
Oh, that was Marshall. He said, in my profession, I've seen a lot of shit that I could delete out of my memory, like a
You
phone
wish
number.
you could leave. Marshall, what is your profession?
He's a professional tattoo artist.
Ooh,
Give us an
I don't know
example.
what you're saying.
Give us an
And I
example.
wish I could delete out of my memory like a phone number.
I mean, the stuff
I'm gonna lie
that
to you.
goes on.
I'm gonna actually do an interview with Marshall.
Mhm.
Hopefully we can get that down soon.
Oh,
When I tell you
cool.
this man like big and he got a story to tell.
Well, we ready for that.
Hey
Marshall, I'm
man,
still a tattoo virgin right now. That's because
hey,
I
man.
be.
I
Me and
am
him gonna
so.
sit down in front of a
I have
camera.
not a single tattoo or braid.
I don't have any either. I
Not
don't have
none.
any either. Yeah, I don't have any.
No.
I'm a virgin. I keep saying I'm gonna get one. I ain't got it yet. But that's
I
their
know you
decision.
loaded.
Oh,
Lisa loaded.
Yeah, I mean, my
I
my
saw.
youngest
Look at
daughter got one
there.
everywhere
Lisa
too.
loaded. Wait, what's that on your hand, baby? I ain't seen that one.
She.
A skull and roses.
I thought that was
Nice.
actual tattoo. Okay.
All right, cool. I don't have any. I keep saying for my 50th, I'm gonna
Don't
get a
start.
tattoo somewhere.
Don't
Don't
But I
start.
start.
don't have it. No, I
Don't
have
start.
no tattoos. My youngest does.
Plus,
My youngest
as dark
has.
as I am, it's not gonna show up on me.
My
Not a
youngest
spell.
has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7.
don't
My
start. Because
youngest
once you
got
start,
7. She's 21 and she got 7 tattoos so far.
don't
So is
start.
she
Because
gonna
once you
get
start, you
more?
ain't
Y'all want
going
to see
back.
Lisa Butterflies? Go to her TikTok page.
These are butterflies. Go to her TikTok page.
Go to her
Yeah, but
TikTok
I
or
just I
Instagram page.
guess
You got the butterflies
that's
on
one of those.
there.
We'll see it. That's gonna be a category in the near future. Just wait.
What's
I don't know what the
what's
fuck
your
they gonna
what's
call
your
it. But
Instagram, Delisa? It's for
yeah, put that
everybody.
on
So,
there. I want you to put her Instagram across the
Pure
screen for
kryptonite.
everybody. At
what?
your kryptonite.
Pure
We just
kryptonite.
said women wear crypto. You know what? I didn't even know
There
that.
you
Look at
go.
it.
Confirmation. Confirmation. Yeah, y'all
Oh,
follow Delisa at, is that on all streaming platforms? Instagram, Facebook,
Pure
YouTube?
kryptonite. And it's pure kryptonite 1 on Snapchat.
All right. So on all social media, it's pure kryptonite, and on Snapchat, add a 1. There you go. Y'all keep that up there
No,
for
it's the
me.
number
Crypt
2 in
tonight. My
there.
bad.
It's the number 2. Yeah, it's the number 2 in there.
Crypt
Crypt
tonight.
tonight. Yeah, my
Okay.
bad.
Yep. NYTE.
I see Australia.
All right. Let me go. When I get
Oh
off, I'm gonna have to, because
no.
I'm on my phone now, so I have
Okay.
to wait
Okay.
till I get off of it
Is
so
it an
I can.
underscore?
Yeah.
Behind
No.
it?
There it is, J Hawk.
Mhm. Ah, got it. Got it.
All right, cool. And I'll follow when I get off because I'm using my phone. And we
Okay.
coming up to time on the show. Y'all have anything else y'all want to add before we get out here? Thank you all for the comments. Please like, share, and
Hey,
follow on whatever the social media is. Mine is up there, the 4040 Network. That's on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Granny She Is on on TikTok shit. I don't know. It's just go follow. We're there. Some people consider getting a tattoo as therapy. I get it, but a lot of people sit in my chair and I just say way
No,
too
and
Way
they
too
much.
just
much.
say way too
Hmm.
much.
I
I
will
can
say
believe
that
it.
too about driving for Lyft. People get in my Lyft. I'm y'all pray for me. I ain't been able to lift in a while. I'm getting back to it. People get in that lift, and as soon as the door closed, I kid you not,
Diarrhea at the mouth.
diarrhea every time. And I'm like, I don't even want to know half
Hey,
this
didn't they
stuff.
used to have a show? What was it called? Taxi Cab Confessions or something? Backseat
They do.
Confessions.
They
The
get
shit
in the
on
goddamn
HBO. Used to be
cab
on
and do
HBO
it.
back in
Yep.
the day.
Yeah, I get
Yep.
a
Them
taxi
folks used to
cab
get back there and
confession.
talk about everything.
Yep. And they
Yeah, for
still
real.
do it.
They get in there and they talk. One guy got
They still
in,
do it.
a little drug dealer. He got in, and I kid you not. By the time we backed out his driveway and we was headed down the
We
highway,
not
bruh,
tonight.
yeah, never talk about what.
He said we never talked about straw. Not tonight.
Oh, we did talk about straw the first week
A
you
couple of
missed.
weeks ago. A couple of
We
weeks
talked
ago.
about it, and honestly, we talked about how traumatic it was and how we were kind of sick of that storyline. For the women who need it, they need it. I get that they're bringing awareness to the struggles of Black people. But for the Black women who are going through it, we're ready for a different narrative. We're ready for an uplifting, positive narrative, not so much doom and gloom when it comes to Black women's stories. Some of my clients sit in my chair and talk to way too much. So we got to get him on the show, or at least on yours, Wayne. Hey,
Trust me, the interview coming soon. Me and him gonna link it. We gonna do what we does. And I
all right.
promise you, Marsha you gonna hear this is one interesting man.
Well, we're ready for it. Listen,
One
y'all,
interesting
thank
man.
y'all for joining us. We have come to the end of an awesome show. Thank you so much for your
We've
time,
come
Delisa. Very, very much so. We appreciate it.
to the
I
end.
don't even know your name.
You know what?
Yeah. See how soon we can get him on. Maybe next week.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Actually, I had him
we can
on.
name it Confessions of a
I had him
Tattoo
on
Artist.
last year when I did the single show.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm
Cool.
gonna bring him back for a one-on-one. He got to have that.
Okay. If you're gonna do it on your show, let me know. We could do it on both
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for sure. But well, thank y'all for
I'll say
joining. Y'all
this
got
before we
any
get out
last
of here.
words? Mm-hmm.
Again, shout out to the city of Hattiesburg, to the Waters family. Definitely want to send my love, condolences.
Should we send out some condolences to the people in
every,
Texas?
everything, and also yes to the families in Texas.
164,
that
164 dead, 64 souls that were lost, and the others that are still.
And that's in Central
countless going
Texas,
up.
right? That
Yeah,
happened in
that's
the
what
flood in
that
Central
flooding.
Texas. Yeah.
The flood.
Also, man, just really be clear about what we're going to talk about tonight. I told you there's a difference between secrecy and privacy.
Right.
You feel me? Them secrets and shit, that's how people get hurt.
It is.
For real. Deal with your shit. Deal with your shit.
Be
Own who you
transparent.
are.
Just go ahead
And
and
once
tell
you
the
honest,
look.
and that was it. If you're gonna be by yourself, be by yourself. Do what you want to do. It's your word. That's when you get to be private. Or if you have a partner, and as long as they're in the loop, that's when you get to be private. I said it. Them secrets, you're gonna get somebody hurt or worse.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Same, agreed. And on that note, I think we're ready to end the show. Ain't nothing else to be added. He said what needed to be said. All right. So thank y'all for joining. We love you all so much. Prayers to the Waters family and to the people in Central Texas. Until next time, good night. Bye, y'all.